All right, we're going to move on. We're talking about DC rumors, and both of these are very, very, very good, guys. The first one here says, this is just the description of what they're saying that the Joker movie could be about.
It's a lot. Like, I almost am feeling like I don't want to watch this movie.
That's interesting.
But it's kind of like the musical part's kind of like what I described what I thought it would be when they announced that Lady Gaga.
It's like a dark comedy aspect where they're like, they're doing a musical number while blood is flying everywhere.
That's great.
Exactly. So it says, Joker 2 rumors include R-word scenes, decapitations, and torture. I don't know if I can say the R word there. So it says, a batch of Joker 2 plot rumors have hit the net, which comes off pretty wild as it claims that the sequel features R-word scenes. You guys know that word. It rhymes with grape
scenes.
Grape soda.
Yes.
Decapitation and torture scenes, and is described as 50 times more violent than any other mainstream comic book movie we've ever seen.
Gosh. No, thank you.
The rumors come from the site World of Real, which admits that they are not sure how much of the following claims are true, but states that the info comes from a previous source that had given them accurate information before. So it says the first Joker movie did see Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix push the boundaries big time. I wouldn't go that far. Yeah. I don't think it was as bad as people made it out to be.
I guess they did shoot that one guy. That was pretty much it, though, right?
The guys in the subway.
That's not even very graphic.
No, it wasn't. That
was like a blood splatter.
It was just kind of shocking to see it done that way.
And everyone knew that scene was gonna happen if you had been looking at anything on social media beforehand.
Spoiler alerts.
So it says, but the below description is not even close to a comparison as it goes further than anything seen in most flicks, let alone comic book movies. It is known that WB initially didn't want to make the Todd Phillips Joker movie. That's true. They did not want to make it at all. But then they made $1 billion, which of course means that
Smart.
You gotta do it again and again and again and again and again.
You just keep doing it again
until you break even on the last sequel.
That's really how it is too, right? Like downward trend. So it says
nothing left in the piggy bank.
Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur Fleck escapes prison and goes on a killing rampage before meeting the character played by Lady Gaga, who is extremely deranged as well, but said to be in her own way. I was hoping that what they would do is, if they're saying that she's not playing Harley Quinn, I was hoping she would be like his prison doctor.
You could at least reflect what the original plot would be.
You could call her Harleen Q.
That would work.
Quinzel, right?
It's Quinzel. So it says it claimed that the Joker and Lady Gaga character's relationship is not a straightforward romance, but said to be more of a Tom and Jerry type of situation.
I love this already.
The script is said to have a body count through the roof, and that the deaths are extremely gruesome.
It's gonna be slapstick, but bloody and death.
Oh my gosh!
Like,
I love it. I love it.
Sounds interesting.
It has potential for sure.
Add Mickey Mouse in there for the hell of it.
Put Steamboat Willie in the.
Oh my God! What if they did that?
That'd be so great.
We're never selling to Disney, so they kill Steamboat Willie in the movie.
Oh my gosh!
As the film is said to be a musical, it is said to not expect something like La La Land or A Star Is Born. An example given as the musical parts is something like Singing in the Rain R-word scene from A Clockwork Orange.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It claims that the musical scenes in Joker 2 will make all traditional fans of the musical genre walk out of the theater. I don't know if they want to do that.
Well, as we were saying yesterday again, the only thing they need you to do is buy the ticket. They don't care about watch time, which does bother me. But I think it would also inflate their egos if they could offend people.
So would you do you draw the line at like R-word scenes? Like I said, the Joker killing a bunch of people doesn't bother me. The idea. Thank you. The idea that they add more like the other stuff feels like it would be for shock value alone and not really because it adds to the script.
So Andrew Klavan talks all the time about how you can tell a culture is dying based on their art, and I think this is a perfect example because it seems very much like they're out of ideas and they're just going with shock content, which I hate to see.
And to be fair, this is a rumor. We don't know if this is true.
If this is true, they're just going with the shock, which wouldn't surprise me because I do think that we're kind of shell.
And oftentimes they're done this way and then cut down in post-production to be far less gory and bloody.
Right.
Like Wes Craven used to do with his horror movies, where he would make a much more visceral and violent cut to show the MPAA, so that way the one he actually wanted to be the final
Big
cut.
Ask.
Yeah, it was basically the horror movie equivalent of the Big Ask, where he leaves it and then he can take out and make the movie he wants, and that one doesn't get censored.
Yeah, and people are saying like Sweeney Todd, which I think that would be maybe a similar comparison, but with more, grape juice.
So we'll see where that goes. And then beyond this one, which I thought this was interesting, I like this one even more, which is that they want Elliot Page to play the Flash.
You want this in the future?
Okay,
I love it.
Put it this way.
Why are you guys leaning in?
If we have to,
let's go.
If we have to do this, right?
Let's go all the way.
And we have to, and they're gonna have to make the Flash just kind of like a lame side character played by somebody that is kind of banking on their identity. Elliot Page is far less like of a liability to Warner Brothers. Virtue signaling, sure. Annoying, sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Grooming kids, no. That's
Yep,
good.
yep,
We got that. She's got.
We hope.
We got that going
certainly
for him.
hope so.
We hope that. So I think they could actually pull it off with Elliot Page. Do I think they will? No. Do I want that? No. I would like to see like just about anyone but them play them. But it is
now I'm
funny.
just imagining a scene of Elliot Page hanging from the rafters on those fishing lines,
doing the stupid run.
doing the run midair.
Oh my God.
If you guys haven't look at the
So bad.
There's everyone made fun of the way that he runs in the flat in the Justice League movie. Watch the behind the scenes thing of him doing it. You understand why it looks so ridiculous. It's literally him on like wires in a green screen room trying to run and just looking completely ridiculous. So it says someone might be in the conversation to replace Ezra Miller in the role of the Flash, even though Warner Brothers Discovery has made it perfectly clear through their inaction that they are sticking with the powder keg of an actor. And to be fair, it's been like a week since we've had an Ezra Miller incident.
It's true.
There was a point where I wanted to put a sign behind us that said it's been X many days since the last
Didn't
Ezra
they say
Miller.
he's trying to heal and is in therapy or some vague allusion to that?
Good for him.
I don't know if that's true, but like,
Ezra.
where is Tokata Iron Eyes?
Yeah.
That's my first question. Where is he, and have the papers been served? On both protective orders.
We never found out
And
if they reached him.
Has the father in Hawaii gotten custody of his children back from the single mother who is being sheltered at his farm in Vermont?
Seriously.
I would like to know.
So it says an insider who has the ear of geekosity tells the site that although no discussions with Page have begun, the trans actor is someone Warner Brothers Discovery would look at for the role. However, this is only once the Flash movie has been released and done whatever kind of business it can. So the idea is that they'll let Ezra finish. He'll finish that first movie, and then they can use the Flashpoint paradox or any number of storylines to replace them. Like I said, in a world of ridiculousness, it's like one of the least ridiculous ways they could go about doing this.
I think it's a perfect crossover between the Elliot Page story insanity and the freaking Ezra Miller insanity. And I do have to say, in passing, there's an article that came out yesterday about the mounting accusations against him, and he's throwing around terms like transphobe and Nazi. To me, he's just starting to sound like a social justice warrior. So I'm really hoping that, his employer is really just enjoying working with him, because this is what the future is going to be like.
He sounds like a bully.
He does.
Crybaby.
Yeah, crybaby. Yep.
The language of that was always what always struck me as particularly evil about like acting badly and then using your identity as a way of shielding yourself from criticism. Or even like when he was getting searched by the cop and he said, I want a female police officer to search me, knowing that he's had consensual relationships with women. That makes that
Which,
creepy.
at the very least, Elliot Page has not been, found out of doing anything similar to that. But why does the person casted as the Flash have to have some kind of unique androgynous look that is actually not visually interesting?
Yeah,
Elliot Page at most is just kind of annoying with the virtue signaling and complaining.
I mean, not kind of, like very
much
but
so.
I'm being charitable.
At least we don't have record of any physical assaults, grooming.
No women have had chairs thrown at them by Elliot
illegal
Page.
business dealings.
That's right.
No loose firearms left around kids.
No drugs that we know of.
No cult-like behavior or whatever they're talking about.
Yes.
So
never rule out the possibility.
That's true. Notwithstanding their pronouns, they haven't done anything really that
the
wrong.
chances
Nothing
of the
against
new
Ezra Miller.
Flash actor being a criminal are slim, but never zero.
It turns out.
But never zero. So it says, but according to leaks from the test screenings, he also plays a third Barry Allen who is ultimately evil, responsible for messing up the multiverse. Reshoots would cover 3 parts portrayed by Miller, who's in almost every scene, which is why they cannot replace him in the movie. But afterwards, the world is your oyster. You can run through a bunch of Barry Allens. I know why they didn't use Grant Gustin, because Grant Gustin isn't on the star level of these people. But I don't think Elliot Page, it's not who I would cast. It's not who I would cast.
Yeah. Who would you cast?
I don't. That's a very good question. I would have had to prepare that. But I would like to know in the chat who they would cast.
Also, I want to know, like, if you had a button on one side of you and another button, and like one button means they're not going to release the movie, and the other means they're going to release the movie with Ezra Miller in it. Like, which button do you press?
Don't release it.
Don't release it. 100%.
Don't release it.
I press release it because I like chaos.
Yep. Okay.
But it depends on if the contract means that Ezra gets a cut of the profits. Yep. I know that a ton of people are going to see it just because of the controversy. That includes me.
Likely a percentage. There you go.
It does excite me for summer 2023. I'm not gonna lie about that. I'm a bad person.
Well, think about that. We've got that. We've got Aquaman 2 to review with Amber Heard. So maybe
keep it coming.
Just take Ezra Miller and Amber Heard and make a buddy cop comedy through Warner Brothers. It's all Warner Brothers properties.
Yeah,
so
perfect.
They could do that. So it says,
they're doing great over there.
Think about that. Right, like for all the problems that Disney has, like what we were talking about yesterday, for the most part, their actors stay kind of
sane,
out of trouble,
reasonable.
Right? Like I'm trying to think
in comparison.
They're not hiring people that are like getting arrested every few days. Like imagine being David Zaslav taking over Warner Media and having to like deal with this every day. There's no good way to handle it.
It's like the guy in whatever that show is who comes back with the pizza and everything's on fire. Like he opens the door and there's just like 18 fires all around him. He's just standing there.
It's like hiring Elliot Page would be a good way to like change the course of the discussion.
But also, Elliot Page is in Umbrella Academy, which I thought the whole appeal of that is that it's not Marvel. Right? It's like the biggest superhero franchise that is out right now on Netflix that is not... it's not aligning with... like it's not conforming to Marvel expectations.
But I also feel like Elliot Page fits in that same kind of like indie darling persona that Ezra Miller had at one time before he became who he is now. Yeah,
like Juno and Perks of Being a Wallflower are very much in the same wheelhouse.
Manic pixie dream girl.
Hate it.
Yeah, I know, right? It feels like the world is crashing in on itself, and we're going to get stuck between 2006 and 2012 again. I think that's when Juno came out in 2006. So I would like to know who if anybody in the chat said who they would have casted.
Somebody said Danny DeVito. Somebody said Tim Pool. Somebody said Brett. So we're getting some great recommendations.
Those are great.
Yeah,
I love this.
Good recommendations.
Chad Michael Murray.
Yeah, Chad Michael Murray.
He's too old now.
I was going to recommend Amber Heard, but we haven't gotten
we
there
could get
yet.
Amber Heard as the Flash. That's perfect.
I was thinking Amber Heard as Harley Quinn or Harleen Quinzel in Joker 2 because
that would be like almost spot on.
Bleach
casting.
That woman's hair. I think she's unhinged enough that it would actually be good. She wouldn't even need to act.
They can just take lines from the trial.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
My dog stepped in a bee, Mr. J. That would be great. So there were some super chats there.
Irie sent us $4.20.
I wonder
Canadian dollars.
Ha.
Thank you, Maple Leaf. Saying I like you.
Oh, thanks. We like you too.
Thank you.
Bro Cody said you can use the Mickey Mouse gangster idea. I won't sue. Can't say the same about Disney though. If it reminds you of Disney, they can sue. Yeah. So
technically, I think the evidence that we can't use it now is like literally in this episode.
Yeah.
So.
Johnny Beck sent us a thumbs up, which
sticker.
He usually does.
Oh,
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.